Loopback interfaces are a point of confusion among CCNA and CCNP candidates. Part of the confusion arises from the fact that computers, Windows, Mac, and Linux, all have what are called loopback addresses. It's important to keep in mind that a loopback on a computer is not the same as a loopback on a Cisco router or switch. Let's take a look at our next request. Assign 1.1.1.1/32 to the loopback 0 interface on R1 and 4444/32 to the loopback 0 interface on R4. Okay, what exactly is the loopback 0 interface? A loopback interface is a virtual interface that is independent of any physical interfaces. That means that a loopback can remain in the up state even if all physical interfaces on a router are down. In fact, once you create a loopback interface, it will remain up at all times unless it is administratively shut down. A loopback can also be assigned a routable IP address, just like a physical interface, and it can even participate in dynamic routing protocols. So let's go to R1 and R4 and configure these loopback interfaces for the customer. Configuring a loopback interface is really no different than configuring any other interface. We're going to go into Configure Terminal mode, Interface Loopback 0. Notice that the interface line protocol changes to up. The way we address this is the same as any other interface. IP address 1.1.1.1 255.255.255.255 because this is a 32-bit subnet mask. And that's really all there is to it. We can verify this by doing a show IP interface brief loopback 0. You can see we now have the loopback 0 interface with the IP address assigned to it. And we can actually ping this. Do ping 1111 and it works. And if we do a do show IP route, you can see the loopback interface shows up in the IP routing table. All right, let's go to R4 now. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Interface loopback 0, IP address 4444.255.255, all 255s. And that is all there is to creating loopbacks. Pretty simple.